The road ends in Philadelphia on Memorial Day, but it begins today in upstate New York inside the JMA Wireless Dome in Syracuse. The Orange begin their 2024 campaign against the Vermont Catamounts. Henry Dodge is going to take this face-off for Vermont. We may see as many as 3 different face-off specialists for the Catamounts. And Mason Cohn, the transfer from Tufts, takes the draw for Syracuse and a violation on the opening draw, but we are underway.
Billy Dwan, probably the most technical defender for the Orange, has the assignment of Pope, a hard righty bull dodger, 87 in green.
Yeah, Coach Fife said Pope was about 240 last year. He's slimmed down to about 225, much more athletic this year, and is able to move much quicker after coming off that knee injury. 52 points last year at attack, moving him to midfield. You got Jonas Hunter, another one of the captains. A lot was expected of him, but he re-injured a knee. And so he's going to miss this season. Trying for the quick outlet. Mark is off the mark. Still can't find Billy Dwan, and who's going to end up picking it up? It's our guy 77, Mason Bardwell, out of Indiana, of all places.
Yeah, that is a heads-up play. You see how he kind of just goosed it to himself?
Second midfield line on the field now for this Vermont Catamount team. Here's Colin Decker, one of those new attackmen you talk about. Skip past Ryder, can't get the shot off. Beautiful check. Here we go the other way. Tough pass. Hiltz with a nice catch. Shovel shot wide. With just 4 seconds on the man up. Here's Pope. Out front, Whitaker spins, shoots, scores! The sophomore from Wayne, PA, Clark, puts the Catamounts up.
He's their best player. He's relentless in his work ethic in the offseason. Chris Fife sometimes has to scale him back because he wants it so bad, 23 in green. You see that ball kind of pops up.
English, a couple of 15s going at it. English trying to dodge, got a hand free. Inside, scoop shot, Moulet scores. Quick hands in front for the transfer from Lehigh.
Christian Moulet will do whatever you ask of him. Last year at Lehigh, top 5 in the country in assists. Well, welcome to the Dome, Christian, where the ball moves at hyperspeed. Finn Thompson, alert up top. Moulet can't.
And we look for further details on his situation throughout the afternoon. Spilling with a spin move, dives, stop made by Egan.
It's Wyatt Hoddle, 19 in white. He has speed. The freshman from Baltimore, Maryland can fly. One of the fastest players on the team. If he gets a short stick matchup, he's not the biggest dude. His feet are electric.
Spallina trying to work on the freshman Bardwell. Rolls. Stop made by Egan. He's able to cover up and get possession.
It's a good stop by Egan. I thought Spallina had some nice deception on that shot too. A little twister at the end.
Here comes Stevens. Oh, nothing Egan's going to do about that one. Roa buries it, Cuse on top.
2 things stand out. One is the upfield awareness of Jake Stevens finding the extra pass, 14 in white. And then Luke Roa, who's so two-handed, you don't even know if he's right-handed or left-handed. The patience not to shoot that ball right away.
Trujillo still in the game, 18 in white. Oh, what a goal after a beautiful pass. Cross-field pass, Clark. And Syracuse takes a 3-1 lead. Joey Spallina out of nowhere.
This is beautiful. What a pass by Moulet and the one-timer. These two have played together in the summer for Team 91. They know each other in terms of their tendencies. He's embraced living in northern Vermont. Beautiful area, Burlington. Really put his stamp on this program.
Man, your best penalty killer's got to be your goalie, and Egan making a beautiful save there. Now the two Fogos will run off. Stevens will wait for help. Comes in the form of Finn Thompson. Spallina now up front. Got loose for a moment, finds Moulet. Egan makes the save. He's been sharp here early. Can't quite turn the corner though, so it's back up top. Here's Pope. Collision right there with Caden Cole. Cole's all over him up front. All over him. Pope still with possession though.
Yeah, that is a body matchup right there by two players.
Ball hits the outside of the cage.
That tells you that this offense is varied. It's diverse in terms of where they attack from up top and behind. It's a bear to deal with.
Spallina finds Moulet. Shot, score! Beautiful ball movement. Jake Stevens finishes it.
This finish isn't just a good finish, it's elite. The look by Moulet is really good. The pass was a tough one to catch. Okay, Moulet comes up. He throws it to Stevens, who then brings the stick across his body and makes a fake all in one motion here. Turns and the fake. That is elite, man. Jake Stevens is an incredible player. He will be playing professional lacrosse in 2 leagues for over a decade. Bank it. Locate the goal, all within a fraction of a second, and fake the goalie and can it.
And it was the no-look pass that faked everybody out and almost faked out Stevens too. Yeah. English, his turn. Yes, he finishes. So both Princeton transfers, back-to-back goals. First Stevens, now English.
Anyone who really watches lacrosse knows that Jake Stevens and Sam English, with this low-to-low rip right there, knows their impact. Because they could score a goal or two, but they could impact the game in so many different ways. Wings on face-offs, playing defense, playing extra man. 6 or 7 of their top 10 guys, all Canadian box background. Joey Spallina, an American, spent last summer in Canada playing that game, so you'll see a lot of picks in this offense.
Here's Hiltz. In front. Once again, Moulet right on the doorstep. And Syracuse is hot right now on offense.
This is good offense because everyone's concerned about the pick. You see all the eyes of the guys in green? They're concerned of the pick because they think the guy coming off the pick is the dodger and the scorer. The guy coming off the pick becomes the passer, and that's Owen Hiltz. He sees all the green eyes at him. Who's the back door? Christian Moulet. You know, what's interesting, too, every player on this offense is kind of bought in because of the success last year of the ball movement and understanding that if it moves at hyperspeed, everyone will eat. And series, you're running the ball through.
Over to Pope, nice catch. Trying to muscle his way in, try to force a pass right in front, and it gets deflected. Syracuse on the move. Alexo gives it off. Pass in front, shoot, score! Billy Dwan.
You want to see some run and gun Cuse. It's a great knockdown by Caden Cole. And it's off to the races. And you mentioned, Connor, having Sam Alexo back at the defensive midfield position allows to strike in transition, but it doesn't stop with him. The close defender, Dwan, he senses space upfield. No one picks him up. They catch him in the sub game. Billy Dwan, the third, sticks it. 7 goals for Cuse, all 7 assisted.
Trying to make a move on Trujillo.
So with the lack of quarterback presence, you're seeing midfielders inverted, like Fenich.
Clark with the save.
And that's what I was mentioning before, Cotter, the lack of a true quarterback, right, to give you that calming presence. Now the midfielders are going from up top, taking the short sticks, going behind to try to find some flow in the Vermont offense.
Winds up and scores. Clark, seems to be a little confusion with this Vermont team. A lot of room for these Syracuse shooters to step down and fire.
They're spraying it. When you give Aiton White some time and a little giddy up, one of the sharpshooters for the Orange, they're feeling it. Up big in the dome. You're fading away from the cage, Fenich, against an All-American goalie.
There he is again, looking to attack on Stevens, who stays on the field. Fenich shoots and scores! And we get a flag.
Wasn't fading away on that one, man. That was all wrists and rip. And the location on a righty goalie here. Look at Will Mark here. Fenich gets underneath Stevens, and then the smart thing is he gets upfield. Those last two steps increase his angle.
Got to go through 23 here in green, don't you think?
Yes.
There he is with the ball in his cross. Now back over to Decker. Plenty of time. An opportunity to step down, and Haley buries it. Okay, 2 in a row for the Catamounts. Stemming the tide, if nothing else, of this Syracuse onslaught.
These last two shots, perfect placement. Fenich, and then on that rip right there, Brock Haley just pounds the lower corner, and he actually uses the Syracuse defender flashing out as a screen to help the press. You're vulnerable there on a full field launch, and Syracuse recognizes that too. As a shot closest to the ball as it goes out of bounds, you retain possession.
Oh, Muley with a beautiful cut. The feed from Hiltz. Muley's feeling it in his new orange and white duds.
Look at the off-ball play by Muley. It's a swing down to Hiltz. He's got masterful vision. Hiltz with a little subtle feed there. His body and his head looks like he's going upfield to Michael Leo, and he slings that pass right behind the goal. And Christian Muley is showing a lot of versatility. You're gonna have to go with Trujillo, Spallina, Rice, Kempney.
Titus, the transfer. Or they just outscore everybody.
That's
what
Roa
a display in the first half. The officials talking it over. The goal call took a little while. But look at Luke Roa here.
Here's the deal, Cotter. Do you remember in the first quarter he scored that low-angle shot lefty? How does he score this low-angle shot? With his right hand. How many players, how many midfielders in the country are that two-handed around the goal line?
You mentioned the D-middies, Clark. This improved defense is going to be huge for Syracuse as Leo splits the defense there and keeps possession. But you got Cole back, you got Dwan back. Figueres now healthy after missing last year back.
Yeah, he was the number one rated defender.
Wow, Spallina. It's just when everything seems to fall apart defensively for Vermont, Syracuse takes full advantage.
You're talking about the defense, and this offense can give them opportunities to rest. The face-off unit can let the defense, like Figueres, who I was mentioning, the number one rated defender in his class as a freshman, missed last year due to injury. His original classmates, 2 sophomores now, Michael Leo. Gary Gates so high on the sophomore midi, and Spallina. It's the subtle little quick finish. Nothing flashy there. You catch the ball by your ear, and in one motion, your stick's high. Where are you finishing, Cotter?
Low.
You're finishing low. Do you have one man-up team and another? Because this man-up team was the best in the country a season ago. They scored 11 more goals than the next team. 39 goals. Quinnipiac had 28.
That's a skip. Stevens' pass goes wide, and then you bring in a freshman like Tucker Kellogg, who's got just a howitzer for a shot, and he's got to find a spot, and he is out there right now.
He's out there now.
He'll shoot and score. That's why he's out there now.
This is how good of a shooter he is. Maybe your best midfield shooter is Luke Roa. He's not on your extra man. Tucker Kellogg with a BTB from Finn Thompson is a hired gun. He's there to stretch a defense because he hammers the rock well over 100 miles an hour. And what's going to happen as the season progresses, Cotter, Teams are going to flash out to Kellogg and try to get on his hands and pressure him and not let him scream the rock. What's going to happen as a result of that? There'll be some inside guys, and they'll have an inside presence on their extra man that will flourish when you have the outside shooter. But Kellogg is a different beast. Like, your heart breaks for him, right? He wants to be on the field so bad.
Voted team captain and then re-injures that ACL and got to rehab it now from the sideline. That is an unbelievable shot by Charlie Pope. I mean, he puts it right in the near upper corner. I don't even know if Mark looked like he might have been fooled a little bit by that one.
Pope missed last season due to an injury. Chris Fifes is really high on this extra man unit. They shut off Haley, 11 in green. It allows Vermont to go 5-on-4. They recognize it. They spin the rock. The 4 then for Syracuse have to be really compact.
Inside, nice catch by Hiltz. Look at him. How Canadian is that of Hiltz? 5 guys all around him, and he kept possession for at least a little bit anyways. Now we're going to get a whistle. Mark steals that pass.
It's like anything, Cotter. It's like, you know, you take these Canadians, you go from box lacrosse shooting on a 4x4, going to a 6x6. It's like shooting on a soccer goal for these guys. It's the same thing with space and more field.
Tough angle, and English makes it work. It looked like Egan had the pole, had the pipe rather, and wasn't giving English any space, but he found something, some area to beat Egan.
I don't know how this squeaks by Egan.
Oh, it hit his foot and then came ricocheted out and hit his cross and back in. So he made the initial save. Vermont was able to take advantage of a man-up situation, scored 2 in a row, and get back into it, but that's one that Mark saw all the way.
Red shirts, now he's back. He could be a #1 cover guy. Dwan, depending on, how big the guy is offensively, could be a #1 cover guy as well.
Hoddle is about 150 pounds soaking wet. He can run like the wind, but he took a shot that time. Good on him to keep possession. Now Spallina shoots, scores! Well, that penalty may have fired up 22 in white.
This is crafty because I've seen Spallina as he's coming up goal line extended with his right hand. I've seen him kind of turn and shoot question mark from this spot as well. This time he just shovels, right? He keeps it in his right hand and backhands it there. If Spallina felt the pressure on his top side, he would have rolled. He feels like it's backside pressure right there. So he continues upfield and doesn't turn. Massive addition to this team. Not to mention, you have one of the better face-off recruits in the country in Johnny Mullins waiting in the wings.
On the run, Egan got a foot on it, looked. Feather pass. Oh, Egan makes the save, but Thompson almost had a highlight reel goal.
The best behind-the-back shooter I've ever seen was Tom Marachek, graduated in 1992. That looked like a Tom Marachek BTB, right? Plant your feet, let it rip. No look. And then Egan with a ridiculous stop. That was a sweet play all around. You had the creativity of Thompson and the answer and the stop by Egan.
Whitaker swims to his left and beats Will Mark. Well, if nothing else, Catamount fans are going to look at that and say, yeah, I need to see more of that in 2024.
Yeah, he's so two-handed. A righty who can go to his left with ease, splits the defense, a swim, plants the foot, and this is why you want to be elite with two hands. You saw it with Luke Roa. Whitaker the same. Yeah, this ball is spinning.
Spallina, tough angle, over the shoulder, shot, scores! Stevens buries that one.
That's the second time Jake Stevens has no business scoring a goal. Look at this BTB pass. Front side pressure, backside glory. Stevens gets crushed, and as he's falling down, this behind-the-back pass is just silly. And Stevens gets that off with pressure. That is a goal that if you're a young kid, the juices will flow and the inspiration will fly.
You're going to be down there with Charlotte North, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to be down there doing some feature work with Charlotte while she calls the game. And if you see
like
that facility on Instagram,
I hear it like everything else
charts.
down there. It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
The football facility there is ridiculous. Baseball is ridiculous. Softball is ridiculous. We're building a new lacrosse facility. Let's make it ridiculous.
Yeah, he's been on a couple wings. He's been a little quiet today, but we know his upside. Covering him at North Carolina. Cotter, I think you mentioned on the call with Gary Gate. Matt Wright, when he's healthy, I know how impressed you were when he was at Carolina.
He's
the real deal.
One of those few that can really nice look that time. Spallina, can he make it work? Yeah, he does. What a pass from Billy Dwan. I mean, a close defender with that kind of awareness, Kark, on the fast break, and Spallina wasn't going to miss that one.
Billy Dwan has the lineage. His father, Bill II, was an All-American defender at Hopkins. His uncle, Matt, a long stick menace in the middle of the field. He looked like Matt there. Spallina cans it.
16-6 our score. Syracuse on top. 6:43 left to go in the third quarter. During the break, Chris Fifes threw the challenge flag, Kark, and this is something we're going to see a whole lot more of, I think, in 2024, as Gary Gate wants an explanation from our officiating crew.
Field was a good goal. Challenged by Vermont. 22 white ended up in the goal valve. No goal.
And Syracuse didn't like that call, so it's a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct. So to add to the no goal, you get the unsportsmanlike.
Mark with a nice save. Yeah, the unsportsmanlike was on the bench.
I think to grow this game, I love lacrosse more than anyone, and I'm a junkie, and I can watch it 24 hours a day. Games should be played in a 2-hour window.
Right.
And my concern is these games will go on, and these reviews can take 4 or 5 minutes. And that's not good for the sport. That's not what we want.
Vermont applying some pressure. Mark is starting to feel it right now in the second half. A couple of big-time saves. Syracuse wanted to call on a high hit. Didn't get it. Syracuse plays, they're right back in action, Kark, Monday night here against Colgate, who upset Penn State in Happy Valley this afternoon.
Yeah, that looked okay 2 weeks ago, right? Now, not so much.
Nice goal scored by Brock Haley. No give up on this Vermont squad.
Brock Haley was the leading point scorer for Vermont last year as an attacker. This time, although a midfielder goes back to his comfort zone, this is a really strong move. I love the players on Vermont giving Brock Haley the space. Liam Connor scores his first career goal for Colgate with 4 seconds left to beat the Nittany Lions.
That's crazy. Tough angle for Hiltz. I think if he doesn't hit the far pipe, I don't even know if that goes in. We do have a flag down. Let's check the marker. This is going to be post goal penalty here. I'm not sure when the flag came down, but this is impressive. They'll pick up the flag.
Technical
check
foul,
out the goal.
yeah, 30-second technical foul is wiped out. Hiltz has a shorty, it's go time. You're talking about craziness. The angle here is nothing. The margin for error is slim. And the shot is perfect. You see the wrists and the change of level too?
Pope loses his footing. Tries to get it back. Ball still on the carpet. Still down. Jake Spallina tried to pick it up. Oh, Hiltz. Now he says slow it down.
Stony Brook's red and blue, their colors. I'm afraid there's going to be a lot more orange in that house.
Leo. Oh, tough angle for 7. He saw 77 put it in the far side of the net before, and now he says, that's my turn to show you I can hit a perfect shot and beat George Egan. Now we get another flag after the fact.
There could have been some more chirping. Yeah, Leo does a nice job of, 5-hole, because Egan has the pipe covered. You're not going to score high on him there. It's hard to shoot to the far pipe because the defensive pressure that's coming squeezes it in. I think that's going to be a foul on Syracuse. There was a lot of chirping on that end.
3-6-6. Unsportsmanlike conduct, 1 minute. Both are full time. We have a face-off.
I think we had it on both ends. Outstanding. And he will assist Naso in terms of pacing himself and giving him some rests in big games and understanding that it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Right, like Mason Cone showed his worth in the first half. Went 10 for 17, and then he started blitzing Vermont in the third quarter. You're up by 10. I don't want to see Mason Cone again. It was a nice move by Decker, 2 and green behind. I think he could have taken an extra step upfield to increase his angle there. That one hits the pipe. Like how Vermont's attacking from behind.
Oh, there's Egan. Now Vermont will look to go quickly the other way. Got a pole trailing in the middle. Opts to get it to Decker. Now Whitaker. Mark makes the save. Yeah, that twin ship is not like Jose and Ozzie Canseco. That is like 1A and 1B, right? Very different.
Yeah.
Flag after the play. Goal for Syracuse. Tyler McCarthy. Freshman midi out of Oakdale, New York.
Yeah, he's a grinder, man. He's going to be a really good player for Syracuse. Part of that 91 contingency on Long Island. It's a two-way stud. This is the 16th different shooter for Syracuse today. I mean, they are spreading the ball. So many players involved in the offense. McCarthy's one of these guys that, if I'm him, I am sticking to like glue to guys like Stevens and English, right? To learn the two-way midfield position, because I think McCarthy is in that mold.
Syracuse puts another one on the board. Barrett White, Florida kid.
This is a nice rep. Watch him plant his feet. Oh, use the defender as a screen too. That's a beautiful rip right here. Get the stick back, full hip rotation, use the defender as a screen. Check, check, check.
Minor, they've got Colgate, who upset Penn State in Happy Valley earlier today. They've got them on Monday, then Manhattan before you and I will be in the Dome for what promises to be a huge early season showdown between Maryland on the 17th, Maryland and Syracuse. On the run, Brett Tenaglia. Here's a
Tenaglia's a captain. Yeah, he's a veteran. He's a captain. He's waited his time, and it's a beautiful thing to see when a senior is getting late minutes, maximizes the opportunity. And look at that high rip, too. And Tenaglia is a left-handed player. You see his offhand on display. That's a sweet take.
Maryland got a scare today. Double overtime win against the tough Richmond team. Rich Motti always has Richmond playing tough, and they're always a scary opponent, especially early in the year. Jimmy McCool with the save. Jimmy McCool's kind of got the long hair flowing out the back of the helmet. I need to see like I need to see the picture in the media guide of Johnny Cool from Ohio State next to Jimmy McCool at Syracuse. Remember Johnny Cool last year? He looked like
Johnny
Vinny
Cool
Barbarino.
He looked like John Travolta, which is the highest compliment I could give the guy. I mean,
right from one Italian to another. That's like the greatest compliment.
Johnny Cool. You did that imitation of Travolta. Give it to us before we go off air. Do it for me, boss.
Coach, I should be in the game right now, Coach. 20-7 the final. Syracuse, they open up their account in 2024 with a W over Vermont.